Yes guys, just a quick one when we're handrailing lines to create shading sections or even solid blacks. So by angling my machine off to the right, I'm able to follow along this line and really get tight into this edge. So if we just go back and forth, after one or two passes that should be fully saturated in. If I am aiming to get it solid black, I'll kind of... What?
Bring it this way. Wasn't it? Yeah. You were in the centre and then you moved it.
If I'm aiming for solid black, I'll almost wiggle back and forth, but I'll be quite precise to stay along that edge. Whereas if I'm trying to create a shade, I'll almost glide a little bit faster past it. Back and forth, gliding on and off the skin. So it depends what I'm trying to do, but in this section I'm trying to create the outside of the fingernail to almost be solid black, and then I can just feather the shading inwards like this. So that's where I'm giving the mag a full face and gliding forward with my shading. But initially, whilst I'm getting that edge in, that's where I'm working on angles. No, bro. So I've stayed in my solid black to create this, and then I've just dipped down into a lighter saturated pot and I can just feather off. But I'm going to leave that middle section as skin. So I'll show you again on this one. Is that in the centre?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes. Wait, second one. Go a bit more. Yeah.
So initially, making sure those left needles are contacting first, gliding back and forth, going round the outside of that shape. When I come to this section, I'm going to almost lift off, and then I can come back in a different direction and handrail there to lock that bit off. As I'm coming along this right edge again. So what I'm trying to get across to you here, guys, is by using your needle at different angles, you're able to generate a lot more accuracy, especially when we're locking shading or solid black into edges. And it might be quite awkward shapes that we're getting into, but by using our machine on angles, we're able to get in those tight spots, and then we can go back to giving the needles a full face and gliding the shading off just to feather that off nicely. Show you again on this third one. Is that in the middle? Yeah. Staying in my solid black. So I'm stretching the skin, and you can see that in all directions. I'm using my fingers to ensure the skin's stretched. Where I'm contacting along here, my machine's angled back towards myself to get these needles to contact first. I'm always reading the pressure as well. So then I'm angling off to the right this time to tuck those needles in along this edge, gliding that round. And then for this left side, exact same thing again. And then I can feather off the shading. Give that a go, guys.